There are two genders, male and female. Right. Just what Charlie said.
He was like representing Christianity, he was representing good things, and he was killed for his opinions at the end of the day, which isn't cool.
Have you seen the videos of them beating up people on the street?
No, haven't.
You haven't seen them? No. Can I show you one?
No.
They're out there killing ICE agents with guillotines in the middle of the road.
But you support ICE?
There's issues on 100%, yeah.
George Floyd died from a drug overdose.
Ahmaud Arbery, he was shot in clear day by white supremacists in his neighborhood. Breonna Taylor, shot by the police. Trayvon Martin, killed by George Zimmerman. What about Emmett Till?
Who?
Oh, we love immigrants.
You do not love immigrants if you're supporting ICE, brother. We are here at Turning Point USA, Charlie's Vigil. He's on tour. Now, you may be asked, what the fuck is the Black Menaces doing at the Turning Point USA event? Now, you really may be asked, why the fuck does he have a press media badge? All of these are questions that will be answered. But for now, just know that it's Black Menaces Clark Kent edition, Turning Point USA. Let's just see. Let's just see. In honor of the true freedom fighter, Charlie Kirk. Fuck that nigga. What is your disagreement with Spencer Cobb?
Pretty much why Charlie said this. He ushered in, Pride Month in Utah, which he's the first ever governor to do that. Mm-hmm. He's, very pro-trans movement, and just doesn't represent Utah values.
Well, why do you feel like having Pride Month or celebrating queer people, celebrating their existence is against your value? If there are people they want to be exist in happiness, how does that affect you?
Oh, I said nothing about their existence. So
right. But you said ushered in Pride Month, right?
Yeah, which that goes against Utah's values. We all are united under one flag. It's the American flag, the one that's draped around you. We don't need to celebrate separate types of people. We're all united. We're all Americans. How
would you think trans people or queer people feel united under their flag when other conservatives continually push for their denial of their existence? Trump's removed with the executive order that's saying that trans people don't exist, can't have them on birth certificates. How do you feel like that erasure of existence doesn't usher in an erasure of existence under the American flag as well?
There are two genders, male and female. Right. Just what Charlie said.
Those are sexist for sure.
There are only two genders. It's a fact.
According to who? Because even male and female doesn't account for the intersex people that exist as well. So I think there's difficulty, right? Even culturally, the two genders is a very cultural thing, because in other cultures, historically, there's been more than two genders.
There are only two genders. It's a scientific fact.
Well, gender is not a scientific. It's not based in science. It's actually based in social construct, right?
There's XX and XY chromosomes.
Right.
That's science.
That's sex.
Sex. That's what we're talking about.
Right, those are different things.
Well, that's what we're talking about is sex.
Right,
that.
Sex, gender. Right, two different
man
topics.
and woman. It's not my definition. It's God's definition. There's male and female.
Right. And when
there's male and female, it's not that hard. There's two genders.
Sure.
Just
okay.
As Charlie Kirk said multiple times.
Sure, he was wrong multiple times, I suppose. Next question for you.
Well, he wasn't.
My next question: should Trump?
So you're denying what the Bible says, that there's two genders.
I 100% deny anything the Bible says about two genders, because that has nothing to do with me, and it also doesn't prove science, because the Bible has historically been wrong in multiple aspects and multiple times. So why would you trust anecdotal evidence that has historically been proven wrong in certain aspects to then provide you scientific fact?
Well, you're created in God's image just like I am. We're all God's children.
Did you find the science for that as well?
I know it. We're all God's children.
So sometimes it's science and sometimes something you know.
We're all created in the image of God, male and female.
So here's the problem with it being unprincipled. When one thing you say, you just know it, and the other thing is based on scientific fact, what that does is it creates a lack of consistency. If you know that you're created in God's image, somebody could also know that they're trans because they know it. God told them. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't really hold up in a consistent
There's male
argument.
and female.
Okay. My next question for you.
It's pretty simple. It's really not that hard.
All right.
Charlie knew that. And
sure.
He was killed because he said the truth.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
It's Turning Point USA. It's Clark Kent edition. I've been outside talking to people. They love to think that Charlie Kirk was a God-fearing man. I read him a few quotes, and now I'm taking that out of context. The quotes speak for themselves, but that's neither here nor there. We all are here, though. It's a vigil. So I don't know what the fuck we're about to hear. If I'm being honest, I feel like I'm in a KKK rally. We was just outside, and there was a police officer who was like, "Oh, I want to get one of them hats. How do I get one of them 47 hats?" Meanwhile, he said, "But I can't really talk about my political opinions on the job." This is why they say that KKK, they're not always in mass. What they're doing is they're actually in public positions right in front of you, being your doctor, being your police officer. Trump recently just said that Tylenol causes autism. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all agree with that?
Dude, I don't know. I think it's kind of weird.
I have no clue. I'm not a
I
doctor.
thought he said that you're not supposed to take Tylenol when you're pregnant, which is already known. But
right. Well, it's actually on the contrary, where pregnant women, that's the only medicine they can take for, like acetaminophen. That's the only medicine they can take for while pregnant, because other things might affect it.
Really, I saw a tweet by like the company themselves that said that you shouldn't take it while pregnant.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago, like in 2017. So, but about the autism thing, I think that's kind of weird. I don't know about that.
Yeah, because there's recently a study that came, kind of like a study that came out that the Harvard professor who said that Tylenol caused autism was paid $150,000 by the administration.
I think it's all a little weird.
It's all
Interesting for sure. I didn't know that.
Should Trump release the Epstein files?
I mean, I'm not sure who's on them, but like it's up to them. It's honestly up to them. If they want to, they can. If not, then their call, you know?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
More information, the better, I think.
Yeah, okay. Do y'all at all find it suspicious that they said prior to the election they would have released them, then maybe saw what was in them? I know he was friends with him, pictures with him. There's, the letters, anything.
The pictures and stuff, that's not evidence of anything really,
sure.
but there's a chance that he could be on it. I think that a lot of politicians probably are, but maybe that's a conspiracy theory.
Nah, I'd probably agree. What would be their hesitation to not release files about pedophilia?
There are a lot of people on them. We've all seen the videos where like people are on, celebrities are on them. Trump could possibly be on it. Who knows? You know. So if they don't want to release it, then that's kind of on them.
Yes, I do agree. I think like a whole bunch of people like are in there, like governors, presidents.
My answer to that question is why in the hell didn't Biden, if he was in them, why wouldn't have Biden released him with all the crap he pulled on Trump trying to keep him from running?
Right, I agree, but what about Donald Trump? Why should he release not about Joe Biden? Should Donald Trump?
The judge in the courtroom has the.
No.
Oh yeah, the court denied it.
If Trump was on the list and like for sure was considered a pedophile because of the list, would y'all then support him?
Probably not, to be honest, because I mean that's as low as you can go. I feel like being a pedophile, but I mean, once again, no one knows. So
I don't think I mean, I don't kind of support him right now, but like it's in between. But nah, I probably wouldn't.
It's the Black Menaces as Clark Kent undercover.
Hey, that's good, man.
I want to flip with the flag, sir.
Yes,
What side
sir.
you want here? Good.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, thanks, my guy.
Appreciate you, man.
Anytime, my guy.
Let's keep fighting.
Yes, sir.
I did say this was a big KKK rally, didn't I? How do you feel? Donald Trump just said today that he was going to continue unleashing the U.S. military on U.S. citizens, sending them to Portland, Memphis, Chicago. How do you feel about the President of the United States using the U.S. military on U.S. citizens?
That's not happening. So.
Have you seen the videos of them beating up people on the street?
No, haven't.
You haven't seen them? No. Can I show you one?
No.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at Oregon, they're out there killing ICE agents with guillotines in the middle of the road.
what he's doing is good. I feel like
You like that?
Even
Though there's sometimes citizens and documented immigrants.
they're doing investigations on people. I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry.
So I do think that if that's happening, then yeah, we need to send our military in and we need to get that under control.
U.S. citizens.
Oh, 100%.
How would you feel if he picked you up?
I mean,
There's no reason to, right?
but if he did, so what?
Are you not worried?
It's
Would you be
it's-
worried for your safety?
No, because I mean, he's doing that for our safety.
How are you getting safer?
There's videos of people assaulting them that they're like throwing back.
Immigrants
They're taking immigrants off the streets.
but immigrants commit less crime than naturalized born American citizens.
They're bringing fentanyl over. They're raping people. I don't know if they're
Not more than white Americans,
but they're contributing. You know,
but less than white Americans. And there's a video. There was a video that came out yesterday. 2 ICE officers laying on somebody and had him pinned to the ground. He even pulls out his pistol, aims it at the protesters.
That was Antifa, and it was in Portland.
It was Antifa. That was an ICE officer.
I mean, people who rape, they're going to jail.
Have you seen? 99% of people who rape people don't go to jail. That's just like statistics about sexual assault. And if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but it's in the 90s.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's 99%. I'm put on the screen, 99% right there.
All right.
Pretty sure, but you support ICE.
There's issues on 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I? But you want people who are smuggling drugs over the country, raping children, committing crimes and violence. You want them on the street with you? Just
The majority, around 50% of all the
I
people
agree,
who have been
majority. Yes,
detained by
majority.
ICE do not have a conviction, do not have a single criminal conviction.
majority, but it still means millions are millions. Yeah,
Do you know how
yeah.
many people he's picked up?
A lot.
Not in the millions whatsoever. So let's think about this theoretically, right? If 50% of all people who are picked up by ICE have no criminal conviction,
I mean,
then
50 are. So it's a win.
that's that you're not passing class. You're not graduating from college with that conviction rate. That's horrible.
No, they're looking for people who are raping people.
But
okay?
like I said, one in two people don't have a single criminal conviction, including rape, including assault, including any other criminal conviction. Not a single one.
Bro, people who commit crimes, people who rape, smuggle fentanyl,
Okay,
and drugs over our country.
right, so
he's
every
the one
whi-
going after. You know he
And
is.
he hasn't-
Deep down, you know he is.
Then why is he not
He's clearing
attacking
our
any white
country up.
Americans? Isn't that strange to you? That no white Americans are struggling, smuggling fentanyl or crossing the border?
Mexicans that are coming over.
Oh. So it's okay. So it's just Mexicans crossing the border and doing rapes. And
once again, look at the stats.
That's the problem.
Like one of things about me is that like I've grown up like I've seen a lot of people that like, I mean, especially my people, I'm Mexican, like they're legal, and I mean it kind of breaks my heart because it's like they're here to make a better living, and that's one thing I support is that like they're here to like make a better living. Then yeah, they should be. I feel like they should be here. They belong here.
But do it the right way.
Like that's one thing.
The
I
right
don't
way
agree.
takes 15 years, right?
And
I'm not.
take 15 years to do it the right way. Come on now.
Okay.
I mean, some people. I just don't. I just can't, man.
You don't love immigrants?
We as a country do not. As a country, we brutalize.
We love immigrants. Trump said
you do not love immigrants if you're supporting ICE, brother. Not only do immigrants commit less crime than the naturalized born Americans, they come here for a peaceful life, they commit less crime, they provide to our economy, they pay $100 billion every single year in taxes and receive no benefit from it. However, ICE only specifically targets brown and black immigrants. And although they may be quote unquote illegal,
which they are,
1 in 2 people that ICE is picking off the street has 0 criminal conviction. So the whole
then they're chilling.
No, because they're still in detainment with ICE.
Because they didn't do it the right way.
Nearly 50% of every single person that's taken off the street by ICE has 0 criminal conviction. What does that mean? That means that when Donald Trump said we're going after criminals in the streets, it means that he's not going after criminals, he's going after normal people. 1 in 2 normal people. So what does that mean? Half of everybody who has been detained by ICE did nothing wrong. They were living as normal people. That the immigrants who come to this country who do less crime than naturalized born Americans, who contribute $100 billion in taxes annually while receiving no benefit, that those same people, the same people we call criminals and they kept saying out there rapists and all this, what is that? What are we boiling down here? If all the facts go against that, if every fact go against it, what is it that they're using? Racism. Okay, I see you have the freedom shirt on.
Yeah.
Tell me why you wore that today.
Oh man, just because Charlie Kirk and his life, and especially as a Republican, freedom's the number one thing of this country. So I just definitely feel like freedom is something we need right now. So versus domestic terrorists and international terrorists.
There was a recent report, you mentioned terrorism. It was a study done that reported that the largest amount of terrorist attacks since 1994 have been done by right-wing white supremacists. What do you feel about that, like the domestic terrorism actually being related to like white supremacy?
I honestly don't really feel like it has been. And if it has, then it's probably people that have left and kind of went on their own and don't really affiliate with the right wing.
White supremacist groups have largely led to violence multiple times. It's not even a theoretical argument. They have killed thousands of black people. Black people have hung on trees. 10,000
How long ago was that?
2 weeks ago when Trey Reed was killed.
There's no proof. That was ruled as
George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery.
Again, George Floyd died from a drug overdose. He didn't.
Okay, Ahmaud Arbery, he was shot in clear day by white supremacists in his neighborhood.
Okay, that's an isolated incident.
Breonna Taylor, shot by the police.
That was a mistake made by the police.
What about Emmett Till?
Who?
Emmett Till.
I don't know who that is.
Trayvon Martin, killed by George Zimmerman. You see what I'm saying?
Trayvon Martin killed by who?
George Zimmerman. This is my point. There's a lot of evidences of white supremacists killing people.
Who did the Proud Boys kill?
I mean, I can't say who.
There isn't anybody. Antifa has murdered several people, especially trans Tifa, which is the trans part of Antifa. I don't know their names, but there's several of them on the East Coast. I might get all my news from Twitter.
You say you get all your news from Twitter. How do you fact check your news after you receive it?
I certainly don't get shit from CNN, MSNBC that does not fact check. They sit there and lie.
You get out Twitter, then how do you fact check after Twitter? What's your process?
What's your process?
I do a lot of research, a lot of scholarly reports. You read scholarly reports now?
I do research on my own.
I'm asking, with who?
With who do you do it with?
I just told you, scholarly reports. I read them. What do you look at? What is your research?
Those reports.
Every university in the world puts out research.
Freaking universities, I don't trust for a second either. Hell no.
So who should we trust to do studies?
Crap.
Who should we trust to do studies?
Indoctrinated our kids. That's why Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Yeah. So like right after Charlie Kirk was killed, a lot of people were like, "Oh, people were like, quote unquote, people saying people were celebrating his death, quote unquote." Right. Yeah. So people were like, "Y'all need empathy." Like, y'all don't have enough empathy. That was kind of like the thing people kept talking about.
And the fact that people are celebrating is evil and nihilistic, it's not cool.
Because I know a lot of the same people who said it, like Charlie Kirk himself, right, lacked empathy when black people were murdered, like George Floyd was murdered. He definitely lacked empathy for his death. A lot of people did, I would say. Do y'all feel the same about people that were killed by the police?
Well, it's a little bit different than when George Floyd was killed and when Charlie Kirk was killed. That's all I'll say on that.
What's the difference of if somebody died? Nonetheless, somebody was killed by another person.
Well, nobody deserves to be killed, obviously. Like with Charlie Kirk, I mean, he was like representing like Christianity, he was representing good things, and he was killed for his opinions at the end of the day, which isn't cool.
Do you feel like
George Floyd shouldn't have died? Obviously, he shouldn't have been killed. That was a terrible thing, but it's a little different situation.
There's a lot of different quotes by Charlie Kirk that look like, to me, if I was to read it, I wouldn't assume a God-fearing man said them myself, you know, targeting black women or trans people or queer people. Do y'all feel like you can be a God-fearing man and still constantly attack or use racist rhetoric?
I myself haven't seen any racist rhetoric or anything attacking like the LGBTQ and stuff. I mean, he does have stances like against that stuff, but I don't think it's necessarily attacking.
I think Charlie Kirk was murdered respectfully because he constantly spewed hatred, hateful rhetoric.
What did he say that was hateful?
I have a link right here actually for you. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder if she's there because of her excellence or there for performative action.
You know, I think I heard about that. I heard about that quote. Yeah. I think it was taken out of context. I think he was talking about like DEI because a lot of his quotes are taken out of context and being used against him. But I'm not saying that is.
Or what about reject feminism, submit to your husband, Taylor, you're not in charge. How do you feel about that? Do you feel good about submitting to your husband, Taylor? I mean, these are real things he said.
Yeah,
right?
You're taking a lot of these out of context.
What about we need to have a Nuremberg-style trial for every gender-affirming clinic doctor? We need it immediately.
I agree.
Nuremberg-style. He even said we should have live public executions that should be sponsored by Coca-Cola and watched by kids. You think that's all God-fearing? That's what a God-fearing man apparently said.
He did not say that.
I mean,
you're full of shit.
The other problem with death penalty, takes too long, too many appeals.
Expensive.
It should be public, it should be quick, it should be televised. You could have like brought to you by Coca-Cola. And no, I'm not kidding. By the way, I would totally tune in to see some pedo get their head chopped off.
Andrew's saying don't make kids watch it, and I think no, the absolute
I think
opposite.
at a certain age, it's an initiation.
I don't give a shit. You're full of shit. You guys only put out half quotes and shit and try to pin people.
In what context would it be okay to say reject feminism, submit to your husband? In what context is that okay?
Goddamn communist cocksucker.
So you must have just saw the interview where he said he got his information from Twitter. Okay. Imagine trusting Twitter over CNN. I don't trust CNN, mind you. I'm not rocking with them that heavy. But you're trusting Twitter. That's an algorithm ran by Elon Musk with the Grok, who literally announced white supremacist belief system. That's the account we're using. Recently, Donald Trump labeled Antifa a terrorist organization. Do you agree with that?
I would probably say yeah.
Do you know what Antifa stands for?
I don't really.
It stands for anti-fascist.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know what that means?
I know that Antifa kind of came up when George Floyd, that whole thing kind of happened.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so yeah.
I do feel like they are, just because if you take a look at what has happened when he died versus what's happened when Charlie died, the Republicans aren't out there burning buildings. They're not out rioting.
That Mormon church just burned down. There's been multiple instances of right-wing violence since then, not including Charlie Kirk.
I don't really know if he was right-winged. I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of information come out about him. But I do know that versus how Republicans see things and versus how Democrats see things, I do think that Antifa would definitely be a terrorist group.
Do you feel like the Proud Boys or other white supremacist groups who attacked the Capitol should be labeled a terrorist group or organization?
I mean, yeah. I don't think that the White Boys were necessarily under Donald Trump. I think that was a group that came together, and I don't associate with them. I don't even think that they're considered the Republican Party. So,
like, as somebody who's not associated with it, does it bother you to be supporting the same person that you and, neo-Nazis or white supremacists hold the same views or same values enough to support the same president?
I mean, I love Donald Trump, so I will definitely stand behind him and support him. But at the same time, I also don't support the White Boys. So
You hear them yelling right now. They're yelling for a person who genuinely, although he had dialogue, it was never in good faith. Because every single time he spoke, he spewed hatred. While you may defend that, we have to understand that he's tapping into a conscience of truly white supremacy. We're not going to let you say that's a God-fearing man. No God-fearing man is gonna say a black pilot can't fly a plane. No God-fearing man is gonna say to a woman, submit to your husbands. Taylor, reject feminism. I'm saying that's not God-fearing. That's using the word of God as a weapon, as a vehicle of oppression. I didn't even get to talk about Palestine here. I got so fucking caught up in Trump and shit.